What if I told you the biggest warship in Southeast Asia just sailed into Indonesian waters and most neighbors didn't see it coming? Not because they were sleeping, but because they underestimated how far Indonesia's gone in naval muscle. Meet KRI Brawijaya-320. Once an Italian ship, now the crown jewel of the Indonesian Navy. A frigate that doesn't just patrol, it projects. A beast on water born from contracts, blueprints, and serious money. In a region where naval strength has been a status game. Lots of talk, some missiles, gaps in readiness. Brawijaya flips the script. It's not perfect, it reveals where others lag, and it forces everyone to ask, are we ready to respond? Today, you'll see how this frigate shifts the balance, what it brings, what its limits are, and what this means for ASEAN, China, and all the powers watching. Let's dive in. Southeast Asia. Thousands of islands, trade routes worth trillions, contested seas, ambiguous claims, submarines slipping through, drones overhead, the usual. The problem? Most navies here are undergunned, underfunded, or both. You've got rusting hulls, aging radar, limited anti-air capability. A missile from above? It can turn you into scrap if you don't see it coming. Submarines? Silent killers in murky water. And let's not even start with electronic warfare. Many ships are digital tin cans compared to what a peer adversary might bring. Enter big power pressure. South China Sea, Natuna Islands, overlapping exclusive economic zones. Indonesia has felt the squeeze. Incursions, illegal fishing, shadowy Chinese Coast Guard or militia ships pressing claims. The maritime challenge isn't theoretical, it's daily. So the question, how do you build a navy that can both defend and deter, not just show up, but dominate when it counts, without bankrupting the nation? First part of the answer, sheer hardware. KRI Brawijaya-320 isn't just a bigger ship, it's a leap in capability. Specs time, approx 143 meters long. Full load displacement, approx 6,270 tons. That pushes it way above the frigate norm in ASEAN. Top speed, approx 32 knots. Range, approx 5,000 nautical miles, cruising at approx 15 knots. Enough to cross big stretches of ocean without chain-smoking fuel. Propulsion, CODAG, combined diesel and gas turbine, plus electric details. It's not just brute force, it's flexibility. Speed when needed, economy otherwise. Armament, a 127mm Volcano gun up front, powerful shelling capability. Then a 76mm Stralis rapid-fire gun. Vertical launch system Silver A-43 or A-50 with SAMs, surface-to-air missiles, like Aster-15 or Aster-30. Anti-ship missiles, torpedo tubes, anti-submarine sensors and sonar, helicopter facilities, electronic warfare suites, multifunction radars, all that jazz. Crew, approx 173 persons, plus modular zones, extra bunks, flexibility to add mission-specific teams. In short, this is no coastal patrol boat pretending to be something else. It can cruise, fight, detect, strike, defend, and survive in contested seas. For Indonesia, a massive upgrade. But before writing love letters to Brawijaya, let's talk about what isn't perfect. Because military power is an ugly equation. Money plus maintenance plus context. First, logistics and sustainment. A 6,000-plus ton ship with high-end sensors, missiles, turbine engines, and helicopters. It eats through spare parts, fuel, maintenance. Indonesia needs docks, dry docks, trained crew, supply chains. If any piece breaks, radar, turbine, missile launcher, getting a replacement isn't like swapping a car part. Second, crew training and readiness. You only get true effectiveness when you practice in realistic conditions: ASW, air defense drills, damage control, and electronic warfare. If those are neglected, even a powerful ship becomes just metal flotilla. Third, vulnerability domains. Big ships are conspicuous. Satellites, drones, missiles, subs, see them. In littoral zones, coastal, islands, threats like small fast boats, swarming drones, or missiles, mines may erode their advantage. Air cover and network defense are essential. Brawijaya brings sensor and SAM capability, but no ship is invincible. Fourth, cost versus opportunity cost. That 1.18 billion euros, or USD approximately 1.25 billion contract for 2 PPAs, is huge. Could that money have fixed gaps elsewhere? Patrol boats, coastal radars, submarines, maritime domain awareness? Maybe. But Indonesia seems betting big that deterrence pays. So yes, this ship adds massive value, but only if Indonesia keeps up everything around it: logistics, doctrine, partnerships.
Now, the real reason this frigate matters isn't just for Indonesia. It disturbs the regional chessboard. ASEAN has long been in a soft arms race: Vietnam with subs, Singapore with high-end shallow water frigates, Malaysia and the Philippines upgrading. But many of those ships lacked the full air defense envelope, or powerful sensors, or long range. Brawijaya changes that dynamic. It says Indonesia is ready to project, not just defend, to patrol the Natunefs, to assert its claims, to patrol far, far beyond what its older fleet could do. For China, watchful eyes will focus on how this enhances deterrence. Chinese incursions near Natuna or in zones Indonesia claims may be met with a ship that can see a long way, shoot air missiles, and hang in contested seas. Not impossible, but riskier. For Asian neighbors, will this push them to upgrade faster or risk sparking escalation? For big powers, opportunity. Indonesia's increasing naval capability makes it a more valuable partner in joint exercises, in maritime security, counter-piracy, anti-smuggling, sea lane protection, but also perhaps a more complicated neighbor. Domestically, this is a political statement. Investment in Blue Water Navy earns prestige, but citizens will expect returns: safety at sea, sovereignty, able response to threats, not just fancy commissioning ceremonies. Failures in maintenance or misuse will be politically toxic. And one more: technological transfer. These PPA ships are from Italy via Fincantieri. What part of that comes with local build, local maintenance, local workforce, tech transfer? Because if everything depends on foreign help, your strategic independence is limited.
So, is KRI Brawijaya-320 just another warship? Or is it the keystone in Indonesia becoming a true maritime power in ASEAN and Indo-Pacific? It's the latter, but only if everything around it works. Hardware is half the battle. The rest is sweat, smarts, doctrine, and allies. Let me leave you with these provocations. Will neighbors accept this silently or feel forced to respond? Will this trigger a regional upgrade spiral, not necessarily arms race, but acceleration in capability? And will Indonesia manage to keep Brawijaya at peak performance rather than seeing it as a museum piece in a floating parade? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think KRI Brawijaya-320 will truly shift power in Southeast Asia, or will it be overhyped? Drop your take in the comments. If you liked this deep dive, hit that like. If you don't, you're basically saying you prefer old patrol boats to modern frigates. Subscribe so you catch the next expose, maybe on submarines, maybe drone warfare, but always with brutal honesty. This is Military Forces Unleashed. We don't fluff, we dissect. Until next time, stay sharp, stay prepared.